What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny Vega, aka Danny V, and WandaVision episode 5 just dropped. And holy smokes, I love being right. It doesn't matter that I was wrong about like 2 things or anything, right? In this video, we're gonna go over the episode, and not only that, we're gonna go over some theories that some of my subscribers have, and of course, my brand new theory, as you saw in the title. Let's get into it right now. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell button for more future videos. Can't forget about my sponsors. Let's start off with my boy DJ Venom. That's right, he's an amazing DJ artist here in the city of Orlando. Make sure to go to his SoundCloud to check out all of his music, and don't forget his gaming channel is DJ_Venom, spelt the same exact way, on Twitch for all your gaming needs. Don't wait to the last minute to get your loved one some sweets. Make sure to go to Sweets by Award. Use my discount code DannyV to get 15% off your next order. Make sure you place your order today, as there's only 4 spots left right before Valentine's Day, so don't miss it. Remember guys, this video has huge spoilers, so if you do not want to get anything ruined, please do not watch this. Like I said in my last video, shoo, go, bye, see you later. Don't watch it. OWT. Out. Woo! This episode of WandaVision. Oh man, like I said, I love being right. It makes me always want to dance a happy tune. So let's get this started. So on my last episode, I was talking about some things and theories that ended up being absolutely right, and a couple of things that were wrong. I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers at Jesus, I can't even say. Ingustizia. I have no idea. I am sorry that I'm butchering your name. I was wrong about the trailer. They weren't going to release episode 5 and 6. The leaked footage is from episode 6, but apparently the promo teaser that I watched was fan-made. Corrected me, so thank you for correcting me, and thank you for being a loyal subscriber. Thank you to all my subscribers that do comment and send me messages. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I love you. Please tell your friends. Please tell your friends' your friend's mom. Everybody, please like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. In this episode of WandaVision, I really love the fact that we're going back and forth through what's happening in Wanda's world and the real world. Like I said, they should have done this from the get-go. They should have just been going back and forth. I feel that would have been more of a hook for people to stay in. Like I said in my last video of how my girlfriend loves the Marvel movies, but she's just like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on in WandaVision, and that's absolutely fair. I believe if Disney would have started just like this, going back and forth, it would have hooked more people in. So a lot of things confirmed what we have been saying. Like the whole thing with Agnes and Agatha just seems more set in stone as we go on, or even Mephisto, and here's why. In the beginning of the episode, the babies are crying and they're like, whoa, we need help. And who shows up? Of course, Agnes does, is like right on cue. And then not only that, it happens later on in the episode. They're like, we don't have the things we need for a pet. And then who comes in? Agnes. It's getting to the point that Vision's catching on real quick. And I love this episode because it's more on Vision figuring shit out. He's just like, okay, what's happening, and starts asking questions, and Agnes is a big part of that. What's really funny is that Vision's wearing like the typical 80s dad shirt that's like super thin and plaid. Absolutely hilarious to me. It reminded me of my childhood, even though I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 89. That counts, right? After she comes in for the babies, Vision gets a little overprotective. Like, I have no idea where you've been. Like, don't touch my babies. All of a sudden, Agnes stops, turns to Wanda, is like, well, should we take that from the top? To the point Wanda's confused, and she's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, you want me to hold those babies? After she says that, Wanda's like, you know what, Vision, why don't we give Agnes a try? Are we serious right now? It's like if Agnes put that into Wanda's mind for her to hold the babies. And then she's just like, yeah, Vision, just go ahead. To the point that Vision's like, what the hell just happened? He even asks her, he starts laughing because he thinks it's a joke. He's like, what was that? And she's like, I have no idea what you mean. And which plays a key part in later a part of the episode. It seems like that's the route they're going. I mean, I feel like that's a little too easy for me. Like I said in my other videos too, if Agnes is really crying wolf and is really the person behind all of it, I mean, we all saw it from a million miles away. And when I say all of us, I mean us comic book geeks, not your normal everyday person. So I guess it's good, or I'm just looking into it way too fucking much. The kids have superpowers now, but not in the superpowers we think like they have in the comic book. I mean, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. They're babies, and then all of a sudden they're like, poof, we're 5 years old. If that was me, I'd be like, whoa, who are you? Later on in the episode, they do it again because they want a dog. So they're hiding the dog in the sink that they found, basically. And they're like, but Mom, can we please have it? And I love that 80s sitcoms does that all the time. And the mom's like, okay. In my life, if I brought a dog home, my mom would be like, Mama, she'd be like, better put that dog back. And Vision's like, you can't have a dog until you're 10. And they're like, well, we're 10. And they're 10. Wanda is so chillaxed in front of Agnes that she does magic in front of her. And Vision calls her out on it. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm tired of hiding. And he's like, no, we're not eye to eye right now, woman. Agnes doesn't freak out about that. She sees the boys grow up super fast and she's just like, ha, I hope this dog stays the same size too. And she still doesn't have a driver's license. Like they're identifying all the people in the reality. And everyone has driver's license, but except for Agnes. It's just too cliche. I feel like it's gonna be a big part of that. But Agnes plays a key role in Vision. Like I said, in this episode, Vision's asking a lot of questions. After what happens with Wanda in front of Agnes, he starts to wonder, hey, the hell is this chick not telling me? To the point that he breaks his own rule. He wants nobody to know they have powers. And then when he has a scene with Norm, he sees a message from S.W.O.R.D. on the computers, because, you know, 80s, this is when the computers first happened. And he sees about the Maximoff anomaly. This is when all hell breaks loose. He decides, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna use my powers. Absorbs the message out of the computer, and then he's like, what the hell is this? And looks at Norm and frees Norm's mind. That's right, he can use his Mind Stone powers in this alternate reality, House of M reality. Norm goes nuts. He's like, oh my God, it's my family, my sister, I gotta call her. Oh. And he starts panicking to the point that Vision's like, ah! He hit that pause button real quick. He's like, never mind. Then he figures out that Wanda is doing all of this. After Vision talked to Norm, that's when he finally realized, my wife's crazy, but she's just so damn hot. I'm staying. She knows how to work out. So that whole thing in like the teaser trailer, like when they're flying up, they look like they're gonna fight each other. It's basically a mom and dad argument just with superpowers. That's all it is. And he basically just is fed up. He's like, I know what you're doing. You're lying to me. What is going on? Can't remember who I am. Shit is going nuts. Like, what is going on? And what are you not telling me? And Wanda's playing victim. She's like, I don't know what you mean. Obviously she does, because when she comes out, she tells him, you know, she's just like, you're not welcome in my reality. But the really interesting part on the flip side is that when she's explaining to Vision, she's just like, I don't know how this even started, which is fantastic, because if it's true that they're going along the lines of House of M, how she just loses control, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. House of M confirmed. I'd rather have that than, hey, Mephisto was behind it all along and we all called it. So while all this is happening in this typical 80s sitcom fashion, we see Monica Rambeau. They're scanning her to make sure she's not hurt. And then they have a briefing of when Hayward is basically saying Wanda's a threat. He's just like, look at all the shit she's done. And everyone is coming to her defenses, which I like. I really do like that. I really do like that the characters that actually have a relationship with Wanda is defending her instead of just going, yeah, let's get her. It's a breath of fresh air, because I feel like a lot of things just come at the spur of the last second with no meaning. I'm looking at you, Cobra Kai season 3. Everyone's coming to their defenses. Basically, he's just like, well, wasn't she an enemy of the Avengers? And Wu's like, yeah, before she became one. And then the same thing, he's like, well, she's a terrorist. And then Monica Rambeau's like, she's not a terrorist. And then he throws in her face, hey, but didn't you say her mind control was excruciating and basically non-consensual? And she's like, bitch. And then he shows the footage of her breaking in. And everyone's like, can't win that one. So that was another thing I was wrong on. I thought it looked like the facility that they hold the mutants, but apparently they hold the bodies of Vision. I mean, tomato, tomato, right? I think this is just like another General Thunder Ross. I'm telling you, this is stupid as hell. And if he really is Mephisto, good job on manipulating everybody, but I feel like Eric Voss now, everyone's Mephisto, right? All jokes aside, I really do think he's like General Ross. He's like, I want to use Vision as a weapon. She took that from me. I stole him first. Give him back. So I can see that build up here. And so is S.W.O.R.D. really infiltrated by Hydra? Like, what's happening? We don't know. Basically, in the real world, they're going back and forth like, how can we go in and save Wanda? Like, their main agenda from the characters that we love and that are allies to Wanda want to save her rather than destroy her like Hayward wants to do. Monica and Darcy are going back and forth how she can get back into the hex, as they call it, because of the hexagon shape. When Wu asked for the updates and, you know, asked about who's the kids, and she's like, well, they're Wanda's, she's making things real. They're like, whoa, she is way more powerful than ever before. How the hell is that happening? Which is great, because those are our questions. Except for us comic book geeks. We know. Those are our questions. Where did this power come from? Is she even the Wanda from the main MCU, like I've been saying? So then they figure out, just like us in the audience, oh, in order for things not to change, we just have to go into the time period that Wanda's in. How they figured that out was her 70s clothes were bulletproof because she had Kevlar on, and it changed it into that attire, which is the same thing with the guy in the hazmat suit that turned into a beekeeper suit and the bungee cord turning into a jump rope. So I thought that was pretty interesting and pretty cool. She figures, well, you know, let's talk to Wanda. Let's communicate with her. So she had an idea to get an 80s drone to go inside to talk to Wanda. And that totally goes south real quick. Of course, Captain Dick over here has to arm it without anybody knowing. When she tries to communicate with Wanda, she's like, Wanda, can you hear me? Talk to me. All of a sudden, Hayward's like, fire. She's like, that thing's not armed. Wait a minute. And sure enough, Wanda's eyes glow red. It goes dark. And everyone starts freaking out. Guns get cocked. All these soldiers are there. And so one of my theories is confirmed. She ends up coming out of the hex. She comes out with the drone, throws it, and her Sokovia accent's back. And she's just like, is this yours? I will kill you before you even blink. I will kill you with thoughts. It's absolutely amazing. She sees Monica and she's like, oh, you're still here. And she starts powering up and she's about to blast the shit out of her. Which is funny because before Monica was like, oh, she saved me, she didn't want to kill me. But then, at that very moment, Monica's like, whoa, 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 hey, ho, wait, ho, whoa. Hey, look, we're friends, we're pals. I delivered your babies. She's like, you're not welcome here. And they're like, you took over a town. And she's just like, that's not as bad as what you guys do in this outside world. They're like, what do you want? She's like, I got what I want. And guess what? No one's ever taken that from me again. Like I said, poor girl, I knew it. House of M confirmed. So basically, she's like, none of you are coming back in here again. And she gave him a little going away present. All the soldiers' eyes glow red and they're like, freeze, sucker. And he's like, whoa, oh, 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 no, don't shoot. He better have his brown pants because he was shitting bricks. He's like, ah! And then Wanda goes, she turns the hex red. So everything turns red like how we saw in the actual trailer, so nothing could go in or out. And that's the thing that I said about Vision in my last video, about how it pulls everything in and pushes everything out. To wrap it all up, that argument that Vision and Wanda have, he's like, I don't understand. I don't know who I am. Just let me know who I am. And she's like, you don't want to know who you are. You don't want to know the past. She really is doing this to just start fresh, start new, and she doesn't want it. But Vision's very angry. He's like, what are you doing? What you're doing is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. And then she's like, well, I'm not even doing all of it. I don't even know how this happened. And then the doorbell rings. She's like, I didn't do that. And Vision's like, oh, whatever. And she's like, you don't believe me? Are you serious? And he's just like, the computer that makes up my entire body is 99.99999% sure that you are lying to me right now. So when she goes to the door, then we see the big reveal. Evan Peters. So Evan Peters, we were talking about in the leaked video. If you watch my leaked video, we were talking about, is he really Quicksilver or is he really somebody else? I love how they do the shot though. The shot in the back of the head looks like Quicksilver from Age of Ultron. So it kind of throws you off a little bit. And then when you see his face, and obviously it's Evan Peters, then it's like, whoa, okay. And then he says it. He's like, can a long lost brother hug his sister? Which, okay, so now we confirmed it. He is Quicksilver. He's nobody else. He's Quicksilver. Obviously something is going on. This brings me back to how we were saying how we're taking other universes and bringing them into one timeline, which confirms a lot of theories. And we're gonna go over some theories now that my subscribers and myself have. So I want to give a shout out to Ray D'Ology, who has been a loyal subscriber, has been commenting on a bunch of my videos. Thank you so much. So Radiology basically said their theory is on Dottie, saying that Dottie is actually the mutant Layla Miller, and pretty much mutants are in Westview. I think that is absolutely fantastic. Especially that would confirm the House of M, and we know the significance of the butterflies. That would blow my mind. So, radiology, thank you so much. Also, a good friend of mine, Ian, who's also a cosplayer and a big comic book junkie like I am, was saying how his theory is on the actor, the real secret actor that's coming at the end of WandaVision. His theory is it's actually Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. That's a great one, especially how they say WandaVision is supposed to connect to the Multiverse of Madness and also Spider-Man 3. I don't necessarily believe that's how it's going to tie in, but if it does happen, that will blow my mind, and thanks, Ian, that is fantastic. Me personally, I have a brand new theory on who the secret actor is because of new evidence that I've come upon, and here it is. I've been saying it may be Sir Patrick Stewart or Sir Ian McKellen because how Magneto and how Charles Xavier play a big part in the House of M. But seeing that Evan Peters is really Quicksilver, we could possibly get James McAvoy as Professor X or Michael Fassbender as Magneto. The thing is though, they were saying that the actor, the secret actor, is going to blow fans' mind. That it's going to be as big as Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, at the last episode of The Mandalorian. I don't know about you, but if any of those guys, if it was Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, James McAvoy, or Michael Fassbender, no offense to them, I would not jump out of my seat like that. I was so hyped when Luke came at the end of Mandalorian. He's Luke Skywalker. He's the face of Star Wars. The reason why I got into Star Wars. Now here's the deal. There's only one person, and one person only, that I would lose my fucking cookies for, and I would jump out of my seat, and here it is. Before RDJ was Iron Man and the face of the MCU, who was the face of Marvel before that? That's right, none other than Hugh Jackman himself as Wolverine. That is right. If I'm talking about, I got goosebumps every time I think about it. If he is the one that shows up at the end of WandaVision to come and fight her, oh my God. And the reason why I say that is because Paul Bettany said our scenes are intense, and not only that, Wolverine does play a big part in the House of M because he was the one that suggested, hey, we should kill the Scarlet Witch. She is way too powerful. And that would bring it to, like I said before, how they brought Old Man Logan from the other universes into the main timeline. Oh my God. Especially if we see him with the beard like as Old Man Logan. Forget it. Forget it. But yes, I don't know about you guys. That is my theory. Whatever your theories are, if you love that one, please comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell button for more future updates. I love you. Be safe. Talk to you soon.